But anyways, friends, how is the practice of remembering Amalek kept today? Well, the mitzvah of not forgetting or remembering Amalek, or remembering what Amalek did to us, is kept today by reading the portion known as the portion of remembering, or Parashat Zachor, or appropriately Shabbat Zachor, which is usually read on the Shabbat that is closest to Purim. Now, the practice of reading this portion before Purim is in the Gemara, but really not particularly having anything to do with the mitzvah of remembering and not forgetting. But obviously, even I would contend that the way it's kept today, although it's not the only way to keep it, this practice of hearing it read from the Torah, assuming one is concentrating on the words and is understanding what is being said, does fulfill one's obligation if one failed to think about it or didn't already read it in either Parashat Kititze or Beshalach. But like we said, it's not the only way. Now, Parashat Zachor is really the end of Parashat Kititze. Now, in terms on how things are done nowadays people are told that attending the reading on Shabbat Zachor is the actual Torah obligation. Well, not quite, my friends. But like we said, it does fulfill it because, yes, we have an obligation of Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek b'derek b'tzechem miMitzrayim. So if you're hearing it, and better yet saying it, it's getting done. However, like we said, that either the reading or hearing of this portion, or any of the portions that mention Amalek, like at the end of Parshat Beshalach, done on any day, and even just thinking and speaking about it fulfills your obligation. I mean, even the Magen Avraham writes that even by hearing Vayavo Amalek on Purim morning, one fulfills his obligation. And this could even be done at home. In other words, having a minyan is only a much later minhag. And something else that must be said is that if you don't understand what is being said, you cannot fulfill your obligation by being yotzei the reading. In other words, you should read it for yourself in your common tongue. And friends, this is all that is required regarding the mitzvah pertaining to the remembering and not forgetting of what wicked Amalek did to us. I mean, one can honestly say that many of the Rishonim and virtually all the Achronim have together created a new religion. In other words, they have departed from Torah Shebiktav and Torah Shebal Peh and have created their own Torah by calling their customs Torah. I mean, friends, we have to begin in making a distinction between what's Torah, what's halacha, and what's minhag or agarata or midrashim. Because I know people who travel hours to find a shul with a minyan just to hear a sliver of a parasha being read when they don't have to. Or many living in guilt because they may have overslept on Shabbat Zachor. And then some wonder why people have a problem remaining religious. So, now you're probably wondering, what about the mitzvah of Mechiyat Amalek?